every week. I would go to GNC and see what the new diet pill was because I was looking for a quick fix and I wanted something that would get the job done without me having to do the work. Welcome to the Hidden Summit podcast. My name is Kevin and I'm your host. I used to be 300 pounds and somehow, some way, I found it within myself to take one step in a direction of positive growth. And now, looking back 16 years later, I want to bring you the experiences that I've had, the thoughts that I've had, the mistakes that I've made along the way, so you can take action and put yourself in a position to win every single day. We're going to talk about fitness, nutrition, and everything in between. The only thing I'm ever going to ask you to do is subscribe and share this with somebody who you might think would benefit from what we talked about today. Last thing, remember, if you learned one thing on today's episode, take that and apply it today, because that's how we become better and see progress over time. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Kevin, and this is my show. What we talk about on the show is fitness, nutrition, and everything in between. I'm going to take a break from our Progress Over Time series to bring you something that I think you need to know about. If you have tried to lose weight, put on muscle, burn fat, and you have gone to the store and reached for a supplement to help you, I'm going to share my top 3 supplements for fat loss. And these are super important because this is going to work. This is going to be what helps you succeed long-term, sustainably, and optimally over an extended period of time when it comes to your weight loss journey, your fat loss journey, and looking and feeling your best. So my 3 supplements for fat loss, and I listed diet pill, pre-workout, and starving yourself. These are the 3 things I don't want you to do, because these are probably the 3 things that you have tried to do already when it comes to you looking to lose weight, burn fat, and look and feel better, right? I personally, when I started on this fat loss, weight loss journey, remember, I used to be 300 pounds. I know a thing or two about what you might be going through right now. I would go to GNC every week. I would go to GNC and see what the new diet pill was because I was looking for a quick fix and I wanted something that would get the job done without me having to do the work. I was there. I've been that person. And maybe you're the same, where you try and go into GNC or the vitamin shop, or I was on supplementwarehouse.com, or maybe you're going to the most advertised thing on Instagram and you're clicking it and you're like, this is the solution for me. I'm going to lose weight because this pill is going to be my saving grace. Let me tell you something about diet pills. Diet pills are going to be mostly caffeine and circulate your blood more and suppress your appetite. That is not what we want. Like, that will work momentarily, but the truth is that caffeine is going to wear off, that appetite suppressant is going to go away, and you're going to be hungry. So when you starve yourself, when you hold off on eating the right amount of food, and then that wears off, what are you going to do? You're going to go raid the pantry, and you're going to go eat things that you're not supposed to eat. Or when you run out of those pills, or when you stop taking those pills, like, you may even lose weight, but you're going to put it back on. I know personally, because that's what happened to me, and I don't want that to happen to you. So diet pills are not it. 2, pre-workout. Pre-workout has nothing to do with fat loss, weight loss, muscle gain, right? It is again going to be creatine, caffeine, creatine, beta-alanine for the most part, and probably in such high doses that you're going to feel a detriment versus an amplification of the training process. But again, that has nothing to do with nutrition. If you're tired, I have nothing against pre-workout. I think it's fine, but I do a caffeine-free pre-workout. But again, that's not really going to help with fat loss and weight loss. But a lot of people will go by pre-workout or BCAAs and thinking that's going to be the trick to getting them where they need to go. That's not it either. And then number 3, I just put starving yourself because, I need to eat less and then I feel miserable and I'm not happy. Don't do that. We'll keep it short. So what we actually want to do is build a foundation for fat loss success. So we have this pyramid over here, this foundation for fat loss success. And really what it comes down to before we get to any supplements is what we do with our nutrition. Okay? And when it comes to nutrition, this is going to be the whole foods that we eat along the way. And when it comes to the nutrition side of things, there's actually a pyramid that we want to think on when it comes to nutrition as well. Are we getting our protein in check? Are we have our vitamins and minerals in check? And then are we actually decreasing and diminishing the inflammation in our body? So in no particular order, scientifically, but what I would suggest is as follows. One, when it comes to fat loss, right? Fat loss, weight loss, we want to make sure that we're doing these three things first, and we can use supplementation to help us along the way. Supplementation, by definition, I was going to write it, but we're here. Supplementation, by definition, is going to be something that you supplement when you cannot have the whole food in your day. So it is a tool in the toolbox that we are taking and using when we can't do it through a whole food, right? That is the point of a supplement, to help us when we have our hands tied, when we are short on time, when we are on the go, we are on the road, when we have a busy schedule. We do not want to lean on supplements all the time, but there is a time and place for them. So the first thing that we want to do for our pyramid to set ourselves up for fat loss and weight loss sustainably is protein. We want to make sure we hit our protein goal. And that is roughly 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight, right? So right now, I'm at 220 pounds. I'd like to get to 215, 210 pounds. So my protein goal is going to be anywhere between 200 and 220 grams of protein a day. And you can play around with that. Like, where do you feel the best? Where are you the most full and not overly full? And where do you have room for calories in your day? But roughly 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. Now, if you can't get that in through meat, fish, poultry, and non-fat dairy, we want to add a supplement. And there's 2 different types of protein that I recommend. One is going to be Formula 1, and one is going to be Level 1. And these are both First Form products. I do work with First Form. They're an amazing company. I've only taken these 2 proteins and 2 proteins alone since 2014. So you can find your own, but I'm going to explain how mine work. One is a fast digesting protein and one is a slow digesting protein. Why do we have different types of protein? Protein are not all made equally. Fast digesting protein is going to be for when you need to absorb those nutrients quickly and heal the body quickly. When is the time that we would do that? After we work out. If you're on a fat loss and weight loss journey, do you think you're going to be working out? I hope you are, and we can talk about that at another time. But this is the ideal time after you work out to have a fast digesting protein. It's going to be low in carbs and low in fats, and it's going to be cross microfiltrated, which means it's going to have all the nutrient density in it. It's going to be low temperature processed, which means that it's going to be enriched in these nutrients. And we want to take this protein after we train so we can start to recover and heal the body right away. I also like having this more times than not because it's less calorically dense and it leaves me room to eat more food. And I like eating more food, right? So Formula 1, fast digesting, whey protein isolate. Level 1 is a slow digesting protein. And I say slow because it mimics a whole food, right? So this would be a meal replacement protein. Now, a scoop of it is 200 calories or so. So then you have a meal technically with carbs and fats. You can add a fruit or a handful of nuts to it to make it a more complete meal. Not ideal, right? But a supplement when you're in a crunch, when you're short on time. When I'm going on an airplane this week, right? I'm going to have a scoop of protein and something with it to make it a meal, so I have that protein in my day. The reason why we focus on protein at the bottom of the pyramid is because that we stay in this muscle building state, anabolic, right? We go into this muscle building state, then we digest, and we go into this catabolic state with muscle breakdown. We want to stay at a muscle breakdown because the more muscle that we're building, the more calories that we're burning. The more calories that we're burning, the more fat that we're going to burn. It's just layman's terms, simple science. A protein supplement is what I would say is going to be number 1 for you if you want to lose weight and you're not hitting your protein. Get a supplement. to help. Yes, you can have a bar or a ready to drink shake, but I think the powders are more cost effective and easy to take around. You could pre-pack it in a shaker cup or a Ziploc bag. It's just, and they taste better. So just protein, number one. Number two, the rest of our nutrition is super important. So we're going to say micros. So we have protein on the macronutrient side. Then once we hit the right amount of calories throughout our day, I supplement what is something to help us reach our nutritional goal that is not a whole food, micronutrients. Now, when it comes to micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, you can just go get a multivitamin at the pharmacy. Or you can do the right thing, go get your blood work done, see where you're deficient in vitamins, and then go ahead and buy a custom nutrient pack based on what you're deficient in. That's what I would do. Reason being is if you are pretty balanced, you can go get something like Microfactor, which is what I take because I am not deficient in any nutrients. And it's going to make sure that I hit all of the micronutrients in my day to day or get closer to them to help yourself move in a direction of health, because micronutrients, guys, are what make the macronutrients do what they're supposed to do. So if we're not hitting our micronutrients, then our macronutrients aren't going to help us in the sense of energy and muscle building the way that we want them to. So we want to make sure our micronutrients are where they need to be. So yes, I know it's not sexy, it's not cool to talk about taking vitamins. However, it does benefit you when it comes to fat loss and weight loss. Because if everything in the foundation and the pyramid is where it's supposed to be, then we can start to take additional supplementation to increase how these things work, right? So we got protein for number one. We have vitamins, number two. Yes, your custom vitamins, I use Microfactor because I'm not deficient in anything, but I got my blood work done and now I know. So if you don't know, I would go check it out. Because if you don't know, you want to know, right? Okay. The last thing is we want to decrease inflammation. Let me write that down. You can't even read that. Inflammation, right? Imagine you and I are sitting here and you want to know why inflammation in the body is not good for fat loss and weight loss. But the fire alarm goes off in my house. I'm going to pause this video and make sure my house isn't burning down before I can tell you what you want to know. Same thing if roles were reversed. If you're watching this video and the fire alarm's going off, go outside. Please get off the YouTube. I'll be here when you're ready and your house is still well. So when inflammation is in the body, your body is not able to burn fat or lose weight because it's too busy trying to lower the inflammation in the body. When your cortisol goes up, the stress hormone, we want to bring that down. And to do that, we want to take something called omega-3. Omega-3. This is a fish oil. It is an anti-inflammatory, mainly made up of these things called EPA and DHA. So we want to make sure that when we're getting a fish oil as a supplement to lower inflammation in the body so our micronutrients and macronutrients can do what they're supposed to do, you see how this works full circle, then we can put ourselves in a position to actually burn fat and lose weight. If we are just fighting the inflammation in our body, which too much inflammation is a bad thing, small amount of inflammation is a good thing at certain times, we want to make sure that we're not overly inflamed all the time and having a higher dosage of EPA and DHA every single day. So at minimum 1,500 milligrams. So what I take is 900 over 600, and I probably have 2 to 3 servings of that, so 4,500 mgs of EPA and DHA is going to allow my body to handle the stress that I take on every single day. So when you have the right amount of protein in your day and you use supplements to help you get there, you're eating fruits and vegetables, you're getting your micronutrients in, but you got your blood work done and you want to make sure that you're getting in a proper doses of vitamins and minerals. So you go and take a multivitamin or whatever they suggest to you, or something like Microfactor if you're like me and everything's okay. And last but not least, you're taking full mega throughout the course of the week, which is the fish oil that I take, which is high dosed in EPA and DHA, because I only have fish once or twice a week. Now you're in an optimal position to burn fat and lose weight. When you do this, you're setting up a foundation for success, and then you can have things like fat loss pills, because that's going to help this work better. It doesn't work by itself, and that's what they don't tell you. Yes, they're going to take your $60, $70, $80 a pop every time you visit, or you can focus on getting the right amount of protein, the right amount of nutrients, and decrease inflammation in the body, working on rest and recovery, eating fatty fish, having fruits and vegetables, eating meat, fish, non-fat dairy, and put yourself in a position to see success. So that is my take on the 3 supplements I would have if I was looking to lose fat and weight on my fat loss and weight loss journey. That's it. Talk to you later. See you soon. Thanks.